What's up, gang? Kawaii50 here with another fake Grand Order video, here to talk about the servant who showed up in the Imaginary Scramble event alongside Van Gogh, someone I'm sure a lot of you are as excited for, if not more so than Van Gogh. And that is, of course, Captain Nemo. Now, Captain Nemo, we all know, first showed up in the 2003 action-adventure film The League of Extraordinary Gentlemen. Now, they took some liberties with Nemo's design right here, but I still think it's a pretty solid design nonetheless, though. If y'all could give us the bearded sword fighter Nemo, that'd be great. Maybe a Jekyll that's more of a reference to the film these all originally came out in as well. Anyways, we're going to be going over the best allies, craft essences, and command codes to ensure that your Captain Nemo is truly ready to walk a different path and become a powerful warrior on your team. Hopefully, this video helps you out, and if it does, be sure to go ahead, like, and subscribe. Now, our Nemo is a rider that comes with 1 quick, 2 arts, and 2 buster cards with a single target arts noble phantasm. Nemo's max HP of 13,680 and max attack of 11,427 are both pretty solid, not gonna lie. NP per hit is okay at a 0.59%, and star absorption is, as expected of a rider class, monstrously high at 204. Nemo is definitely going to be eating all of those critical stars you make on the field. Nemo's first skill is Voyager of the Storm rank C++, taking a page out of Captain Drake's book. This increases all allies' NP strength by 6 to 12% and increases their attack by another 6 to 12%. This also further increases your allies' attack when you are near water or in imaginary space for 3 turns. Now chat, I gotta talk about this because this shows up a lot in Nemo's skills and I really need to be upfront with you about this. The field mechanics in FGO aren't necessarily the best. There's not really a specifically consistent way to get these things to pop, and more often than not, you can just basically consider them not even there. Now, Nemo's gonna get a lot of stuff from this event because this field is always imaginary space, so Nemo's going to be getting some serious buffs to all of his skills throughout the event. However, once the event ends, Nemo's combat capabilities are going to be severely reduced, so please keep that in mind. We are going to go ahead and max this skill first though, because we really want to get that benefit of Noble Phantasm damage. Nemo's second skill is Indefatigable rank B+. This gives Nemo Guts and increases his MP gauge by 20 to 30%. This also has another additional bonus of increasing Nemo's NP gauge when Guts is activated by another 30 to 50%. Sort of a last-ditch effort to take down the opponent. You're probably going to be mainly using this, honestly, as an NP steroid, so you can continue those single target arts loops on whatever boss enemy you are fighting. We are going to go ahead and max this skill second to go ahead and pump up that NP boost. Normally, we go ahead and max it first, but we are in the midst of the Castoria meta, so charging Noble Phantasm isn't necessarily as huge an issue as it once was. And Nemo's final skill is Guide for Travel rank C++. This gives all your allies a 10 to 20% arts effectiveness boost, and unfortunately gives another 10 to 20% if you are near water or in imaginary space. This also immediately grants 5 to 15 critical stars for you to use. We are going to go ahead and max this last because a 10 to 20% boost on arts card effectiveness isn't as necessary as all of the other skills we need to pump up, and again, we've got that unfortunate near water or imaginary space thing on this skill as well. For Nemo's append skills, we're going to go with Load Magical Energy. A starting 10 to 20% NP gauge is good on every character in the game, and this is going to remain true for the rest of time. And Nemo's Noble Phantasm is the Great Ram Nautilus. This, good news, increases Nemo's Noble Phantasm strength by 10 to 30% and activates before damage is dealt. Nemo also gets another 20%. Unfortunately, this only shows up if you are near water or in imaginary space. This also applies Sure Hit. Unfortunately, if you are only near water or in imaginary space, you can see the pattern. This deals a good amount of damage to a single enemy, 900 to 1500%, and taking a page out of King Arthur's book deals extra damage against super giant enemies. Is it super giants or beasts? Beasts are basically super giants. Whatever. Maybe I'm wrong. Who cares? Most importantly is that single target damage more than anything else. You are going to be using Nemo primarily as a boss slayer. So who do we pair Nemo with to maximize this effectiveness? Well, Nemo is an arch servant, so Caster Artoria is the easy pick for our supporting option. There are of course a couple of other characters you can pair with Nemo, both to help in the event that your Castoria ends up going down in a fight, or maybe if you don't even have one and need a more budget support. We're going to be going over a few of those options right now. My first recommendation is Paracelsus von Hohenheim. This is especially true for newer players. If you haven't leveled your Hohenheim yet, you're going to want to start investing in him, because Philosopher's Stone is one of the most fantastic NP gain boosts in the entire game. And the Arts Card Effectiveness boost from Elemental doesn't hurt either. This might even help your Nemo loop just a little bit. Looking into the far, far future, I also want to recommend Zhang Zhao, and that's not just because he is a Three Kingdoms servant and therefore everybody should use him and grail him. The reason we are selecting Zhang Zhao is because of Taiping Essentials rank EX. This has an 80% chance to apply the near water field type, which would help Nemo by massively boosting every single one of Nemo's skills. This isn't a guarantee though, unfortunately, so there is a chance that this could end up being a dud. I mean, it's a 3-star and the field mechanic in general honestly isn't doing super great right now, so keep that in mind. Still, Zhang Zhao is also able to grant an excellent Arts Card Effectiveness boost and pump up Nemo's critical star gather rate and critical strength just a little bit. Sakamoto Ryoma is another freebie character I can recommend with Nemo. Not only does he grant blanket buffs to every single person on your team in the form of NP boosts, attack boosts, and Arts Card Effectiveness boost, Ryoma is also a rider, so odds are whoever you're taking Nemo to fight, Ryoma is going to be able to deal a little bit of damage to as well. And this same thing also applies to Odysseus. Odysseus himself also able to provide a nice extra little bonus to Nemo. See, Nemo's really only got guts going, so maybe you want to increase the chance for that guts to pop, or maybe you want nothing attacking Nemo at all. Well, Resourceful General's Inspiration is not only going to provide Nemo with an Arts Card Effectiveness boost, but you can pick one ally and say the enemy is not going to attack that ally, enemy's going to attack the other two instead. So maybe you'll pop Nemo's guts, or maybe you'll save Nemo at the last second. The choice is yours. Now, when it comes to craft essences, we want to focus as much as we can on that Noble Phantasm. So, like is the case with a bunch of other Noble Phantasm focused servants, the Black Grail is going to be your premier option for a massive Noble Phantasm strength boost. If you don't have the Black Grail, of course the Heaven's Field craft essence is also another acceptable option. If you want to just come out swinging immediately with Nemo and charge up that Noble Phantasm as much as you can for maybe a chance to hit with the second one, you can't go wrong with a K-Scope or really any starting Noble Phantasm gauge CE. Any of those are going to be helpful on Nemo, especially when stacked with that append skill. I also definitely want to mention Mark on a Smiling Face. I found this to be one of my most effective craft essences when it comes to looping, both when it comes to AoE and single target servants. This thing just absolutely puts in work. Arts Card Effectiveness, NP gain, and NP strength, all incredible bonuses. And finally, we have command codes. Looking at our first command code set we really want to prioritize, let's give Nemo some Noble Phantasm damage. Remember, you have to use the cards that these are tied to before you use the Noble Phantasm. But the nice damage trade-off is definitely going to be worth it, and you might even Brave Chain on top of that. So I would focus putting these more on, say, your Quick or your Buster cards. Save those Arts cards for something you want to crit with in order to charge your Noble Phantasm gauge. Empress of the Hanging Gardens is an excellent pick, offering NP damage and a couple of critical stars. Wizard of Menlo Park is excellent as well, increasing the NP generation rate of the engraved card by 5% and granting an NP damage up boost. Maybe chuck this on a Quick card to push yourself a little bit over the edge, maybe if you have an NP2 Nemo. When we're looking at those arts cards, let's focus on maybe pulling some critical stars over to those cards so we can go ahead and get the maximum NP refund off of that and maybe doing a little bit of extra damage. I really like Immature Illusionary Command Seal. This is an incredible CE allowing you to pull stars towards those arts cards and use them to further boost your Noble Phantasm gain. Colonel Automaton is also going to be a good one to look out for. This increases star absorption by 50%, but also grants you an excellent 10% critical damage. I'm really not sure why this is a 3-star command code. This is very good, but keep an eye out for it. Overall, gang, Nemo is a fairly serviceable single target arts servant, but there's unfortunately a lot of things holding him back. The over-reliance on the field mechanic without a specifically good way to continually activate the fields that you need to get on means you have one of two options. Either fielding servants that have an unreliable way to activate that field, like Zhang Zhao, and hoping that it pops, or going online and researching whether or not you are fighting on a waterside stage before you go ahead and bring Nemo to it. Both of these are less than ideal options. It would be much better if all of these waterside and void space effects were just applied to Nemo directly, or if Nemo had a way to reliably make that field function happen every single time Nemo is fielded. There is also the unfortunate realization that the rider class in general is just populated by some absolutely incredible servants. If you're looking for a single target art servant, we just got Murasaki Shikibu Rider recently. There is a 3-star single target rider in the form of Mandricardo. If we're looking at general 5-star riders, Achilles exists, Leonardo da Vinci Rider exists. I know they're AoE characters, but they are still incredibly powerful riders. Nemo is a decent servant, but a decent servant in a class where a bunch of servants in that class are absolutely extraordinary. And this, unfortunately, holds Nemo back a bit. If you go ahead and pull Nemo, odds are you will use him as your single target boss slayer. Go ahead and take down some things that are weak against riders, but there are better options available. If you've already got a single target rider you're comfortable with, no need to break the bank. If you really love Nemo though, go ahead, go all out, and follow the things in this guide to make Nemo the best that he can be. But of course, I want to know what you all think, so let me know your thoughts on Captain Nemo down in the comments section below. Let me know if there are any allies, craft essences, or command codes that I might have missed, like how I missed pairing Van Gogh with another Van Gogh in my previous video. I'll own up to that. That is fine. I will take that L and get that info out there just for you. If you want to talk more FGO, of course my Discord server is always open. I want to give a big thanks to patrons on Patreon, subscribers and followers on Twitch, and of course all of you here on YouTube for giving me the support that makes me want to continue making these videos. I genuinely appreciate it. Anyways, gang, that's it for me, Kawaii50. I hope you all have a phenomenal day. I will see you all in the next video.